Hey, y'all. Welcome to Tony's Kitchen. This is Tony, of course, me, with Eat and Travel with Tony. And in this video today, we're going to be starting to make two batches of candy apples. So the first thing to making, of course, candy apples, we got to dip them in boiling water to, of course, clean the wax. So that's what we're doing right now in this particular part of this particular video. So before we get into it, make sure that you, of course, subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell wherever it's on your screen to make sure that you, of course, subscribe and, of course, get all the videos that I upload from this point here on out. You ain't seen those in the past, but check them out too, y'all. So, like I said, I'm actually dipping apples. And like I said, we're going to be starting with, I have bought two big old bags of apples today. I didn't get Granny Smith. I got these. These were the cheapest ones, and they didn't even have no Granny Smith. Because I don't like using red apples. All red apples at all. And like I said, they didn't have any Granny Smith for whatever reason. I would have actually just used those, but it's okay. So we're using those. Are called Pink Lady, actually. To me, they have like a tangy taste. I actually love the taste, so hopefully everybody will love the taste too. I've used them in the past. So the water is just getting kind of boiled. Just getting kind of boiled. I'm looking over there in the pot. So I got this big pot. Let me show y'all. I ain't even showing y'all the pot, nothing. I got a big pot of water, like I said, boiling right here. Then I got my pan back. My cookie sheet right here is where I'm going to be sitting all the apples on after I get done cleaning them. So, like I said, this should be, and this cookie pan is the cookie sheet, the new cookie sheet, awesome, big, and all that kind of stuff. My partner got them for me about a week or two ago, which I love these cookie sheets. They're able, I bake cookies. I can put 12 cookies on here, 12 big cookies, and of course all the apples, or most of the apples, I think all of them should be able to fit on here too, just so they can sit over, because they have to sit for we'll only have like a day and a half to actually make these apples, so they don't sit for a day and a half, I'll put it that way. So let me go ahead. What time is it? It's okay, because the water is getting boiled, so I can actually start dipping these bad boys. And for some reason, of course, like I said, they didn't have the Granny Smith apples, but then these darn apples have, the stem is so short I can't even get the stem. So I'm going to have to find some tiny scissors and try to cut the stem out here, y'all. I don't know why they did me like that with these apples. I don't know. And y'all, but I just realized I forgot to get me some. All right. I'm talking and forget my tissue. My paper towels to wipe my apples off. So let me go ahead and do that. And like I said, I'm just wiping. If y'all can see my hand, I'm just wiping the apple off after I dipped it. That's all. I'm just going to set it on this pan, y'all. See, that is it. That's all I'm doing today. Let me set this over here. I need this close to me. Need this close to me, child. Need this close to me. All right. All right, and I'm putting the apples in here. Like I said, it's just about boiling. It'll be boiling shortly anyway. But I'm putting the apples in here for about 3 to 4, about 5 seconds at the most. Like I said, to clean this wax off of here. And before you make candy and caramel apples, I do this to all of them, just to let y'all know. I do it to all of them. So I'm not going to have wax on my apples. And then, of course, the candy and the caramel is going to have a hard time sticking to these apples. At least in my experience, if you don't clean them off. So like I said, I definitely got to get these. Making sure I clean the top of there too. Whoops! Come on over here, apples. And the paper I'm putting it on is parchment paper, just in case y'all wondering what is that. But it's actually parchment paper. My old trusty parchment paper. So like I said, I'm going to be doing all these apples, and like I said, y'all can definitely watch the process. I'll probably play some music here on out, just to possibly. I'll play some music at some point, y'all. But I want to let know in the comments, have you ever made candy apples before? Candy or caramel apples, but I guess this is candy. So let me know if you ever made candy apples before, y'all, because I definitely want to know. And this isn't my first time making them. I have other videos on this channel where I made some candy apples too. So like I said, I've made them probably, I've been making candy apples for 10, 15, for a long time, y'all. Way before I got to Tucson. I've been making candy apples, and they ain't just been recent. So for at least maybe 15 years, I guess. I haven't made them every year, but off and on, like I said, throughout the years. And just to know, if you're in Southern Arizona and you want to order a batch of candy apples, a batch of 6 candy apples, make sure that you, of course, hit your girl up. I will put that information in the description of the video so that you can order some on the website. The website is www.cookiesandish.com. So it's COOKIES, cookies, and AND, ish.com. And like I said, I put that in there. You can also order some cookies locally, or I can ship them to you as well. Whichever one you prefer, whichever city you live in the U.S., continental U.S., I can definitely ship them to you too. Because your girl, I just don't make candy apples, of course. I make cookies as well. That's my business, Cookies and Ish. So like I said, I have a theme every month. So like I said, definitely check out this month's theme. And go ahead and order you some cookies if you want some, y'all. Like I said, it's a cookie box of 6. 6, big 6, big 5-ounce, 6 cookies in a box. So, and like I said, I don't do decorated cookies, just in case y'all out there wondering. I do big soft cookies in unique flavors, like orange creamsicle, strawberry lemonade. I just made some peanut butter sriracha. So like I said, I'm making different things. So, and every month, like I said, is different cookies. I put it that way. I do have a few staple cookies that I, of course, always have, but usually it's different. Like I said, the other cookies are kind of different. So, and like I said, unique flavors I ain't never had before myself. So until I make these, I made cardamom espresso too. Made some this month. So like I said, it's been some interesting cookies I've been making, y'all. So if any of these flavors or any other flavor that you can think of that may be kind of unique and crazy, like I said, your girl makes them. So just keep that in mind. You can definitely get you some. And like I said, I'll put that link in the description of the video for you. Y'all, I got a lot of apples over here. I got 2 bags. I got 19 apples, just to let y'all know. We got a lot of apples to dip. A lot of apples to dip, y'all. Dipping, dipping, dipping. And I'm thinking these apples are going to be, I'm going to make, I got all these, my partner bought me all these fruity flavors. I'm trying to think. I know watermelon's going to be one. I'm not sure about the other one yet. Whether it's going to be a fruit punch or whether it's going to be a lemonade. I haven't decided yet. Or a strawberry or cherry. I don't know yet, y'all. Shoot. Once I start, the day I dip them, y'all will see it next coming up in this video. Then I'll have my flavors picked out. So, because otherwise, I don't know. As of today, y'all. I just know I want to do 2 of those flavors. I'm just not sure which one yet. I'll think of it. I'll think of it. Don't worry, y'all. Don't worry. The girl gonna have it all figured out. Don't worry. Oh, goodness. Don't have it figured out, y'all. I'm gonna have it figured out. So let's go ahead and dip more of these, y'all. Like I said, this is, it's calming to me to do this. But like I said, I know some of y'all like, I don't like to do this. I can't do it. But like I said, I'm going to share the, of course, the ingredients to how to make the candy apples in the description of this video too, so that you can, of course, make your own. And if you don't want to use this particular recipe, you don't have to. But like I said, this is the recipe I've been using since I've been making them. So, but like I said, I'll definitely share once I get to the actual candy making of the apple. I'll definitely show y'all. Of course, y'all will see that process in this video too. Like I said, so y'all can possibly make your own. It just takes a few days to, of course, get these candy apples cleaned. 48 hours usually. But like I said, this is going to be a day and a half for me this time because I have an event that I have to get them done for. And I'm actually donating these to an event on Monday on Labor Day. So, like I said, these aren't, this time, aren't paid. But that's okay. Like I said, all the rest of them were paid. Like I said, I did this out the kindness of my heart to make, for this organization to make some money at their bake sale. So the money's not going to me; it's going to their to this organization I'm making these for. Like I said, so they can continue their mission and stuff, y'all. And sometimes I do that. It just depends on what's going on and if I have the time. Sometimes I can't do it, so it just depends. So, but this time I was able to. So it should be awesome, I'm pretty sure. Oh, let me get this. Uh-oh. All right. We got, I don't know how many more apples left, y'all. We ain't even got half of them done. So, let me put that in there a little bit longer. There we go. A few more seconds, child. Like I said, I'm just wiping them off after I take them out. That's all. And they just going to sit up on this cookie sheet. Like I said, they're going to be sitting up here for a day and a half. So every day, and usually it's 2 days, but every day that you have your cookies, Lord, y'all, we making apples today. You have your apples sitting out. You're going to wipe them off because they're going to be sap and stuff coming out the apples too every day. Just keep that in mind. And throughout the day sometimes too. The sap like oozes out of the apples. You don't want to dip those apples in candy with that like that, so you have to, of course, wipe them off every day, like I said. And I'm not going to do it every time I see it coming out. No, I'm just going to do it once or twice over this next day and a half. So that's it. There we go. Getting some more. Moving through these, y'all. Moving through these. Which is a joy. Like I said, for me, it's relaxing to do. But I know some of y'all like, this is boring. I don't want to do this. Takes a lot. Like I said, if you love being in the kitchen and making stuff, like I said, definitely it'll come easy to you. Just got to get in there and do it. So, like I said, I hope some of y'all make these candy apples. Like I said, so hopefully some of y'all will. Let me know in the comments again, y'all. Like I said, this is just the beginning. So this is just me getting the apples clean so I can dip them. Otherwise, we got more to go. Like I said, y'all will see that later in the video. And I already got the sticks. I already have all my stuff. So like I said, I'll put all the ingredients and everything you're going to need to make the candy apples in the description. Because you're going to need sticks. You're going to need cellophane bags to pack up the apples in. All that kind of stuff too. Unless you're planning on eating all the apples once you get them out once you dip them. So, which I don't think anybody's going to do that unless you have a big family or something. But otherwise, you're going to need to wrap these. We put these in cellophane bags, so they can, of course, stay fresh and stay lint-free, I guess I put it that way. So you don't want anything getting on the apples either. Like I said, I'm going to have 19 apples, or about 19 apples once I get done. As long as my mixer lasts for 19 apples, and I'll have 19 apples, I put it that way. So I cannot wait for y'all, like I said, for y'all to see the dipping of these too. And the making of the candy, because y'all going to be seeing that too. So like I said, definitely stay tuned, y'all. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Get these bad boys dry. They're going to sit up on my table. Get these bad boys dry. Oops. Oh, goodness gracious. All right. And let me know in the comments, of course, how y'all doing too. And where y'all tuning in from. So I definitely want to know. So I know sometimes, of course, on YouTube, you don't know where people of course, you don't know where anybody's tuning in from. You just have sometimes a name if they have a page or something, but you don't really know. So I definitely would love to know. Y'all are my baking folks, my community too. So here, Eat and Travel with Tony. So like I said, definitely make sure y'all let me know and say hi in the comments. I'm friendly. Very friendly, as y'all can tell. Some of the videos y'all may have seen. Uh-oh. All right. We got about 7 more apples, y'all. 6, 7 more apples to go, y'all. Six, 7 more apples to go. It looks like that last apple, the stem is already out, so that's a good thing. Because you do got to pull the stems out. Like I said, y'all, I'm going to have to find my little scissors, sanitize them, and get these bad boys up out of there. Because I don't know what in the world. Say somebody cut the stems, it seems like. I don't know who would have done that. Unless that's how they picked them, I guess. This could be why. Just the way they picked them, so. And that sometimes happens. That happens. Because otherwise, you just pull the stem out. I'm sure I'll have an easier time pulling out once I get these. There's some dirt in here. Gonna have to get up out of here, dirt. Hold on. You hold on, Apple. Hold on. Nuh-uh. There we go. Get it up out of there. You ain't having no dirt up in there. Just keep in mind, some of the apples, of course, they come off trees, so you will have dirt in them too. And this water, of course, it helps them clean that too. So let's keep that in mind. But sometimes you have extra, and you have to get in there and clean it out. So, and I'll be checking the rest of these too to make sure everything is out. It looks like it to me from that. Yeah. Just want to make sure. I ain't trying to have no dirt up in my apple child. We ain't got time. The apple's gonna be immaculate. Have time for nothing else. Would be done no other way. Set that over there. And I'm going to show y'all some of this sap because it's actually coming out on a few of these apples already, which is a good thing. So like I said, but I won't wipe it off until, I may go ahead and wipe it off anyway. But no, I won't. I'll wait until tomorrow till a lot of course, more gets on there so I can get it all off. It just depends on how much is coming out of there because that one look like it's a lot of it actually. So I may have to wipe that one off. We'll see. Child, we're going to see. We're going to see up in this piece. We're going to see. How many more apples do I got? I got 2 more. And then we're going to be done with this part, y'all. After I get these 2 apples cleaned off. Like I said, we will be done with this part, y'all. And on to the actual dipping. On to the actual dipping after this, y'all. I know this is what y'all waiting on. Ah, goodness gracious. I'm so glad these are some nice sized apples, actually. Sometimes you can get those small, tiny apples. And I didn't say that in the beginning of the video. Make sure that you, of course, I bought 2-3 pound bags of these apples. So make sure that you get apples that's a nice size, not them small, tiny apples. Unless that's what you're going for. If they're for kids or something like that, you can of course get away with that. But this event is for adults, so it's a Masonic event. So like I said, definitely it's part of their sale. But like I said, definitely I didn't want no small apples. I want to make sure they can make some money for their causes too, for their volunteer work and stuff like that too. So, so like I said, this is all going to their lodge. This is our last apple, y'all. Last apple. Cut that off. All right. But like I said, definitely make sure your apples are a nice size. They ain't got to be very, very big unless you want them very, very big. But just keep in mind that the bigger your apple, the more candy mix is going to take in order for you to cover them. So you may have to make a double batch. Depends on how many apples you got. So, let me get this out the way, y'all. Okay, I'm trying to get that out the way. So, okay, so these are the apples over here, y'all. Let me, oops, Lord, let me turn this around for you. Oh. Let me turn this around for y'all. Oh no, okay, there we go. Like I said, these are the apples here, y'all. And like I said, I have 19 apples, and like I said, they've all been dipped. So I'm just gonna let these sit on the table for like I said, the next day and a half, and then we'll go ahead and start dipping, y'all. So like I said, there's some of that sap that's coming out of there. If you can see that, those are balls and beads on the side. You can see something right here on top of that if you can. Let me go down some more. You can see some of those little beady beads on there. Beady beads. Well, that's like Martin. That's what it is. But like I said, y'all, I'll be back in the next day and a half to go ahead and start dipping these bad boys with y'all. So stay tuned. Hey y'all, welcome to the video. This is Tony with Eat and Travel with Tony. And in this video, I'm going to be making some candy mixture in order to dip the candy apples in. This process, making the candy mixture, of course, takes a long time. So it's going to be sped up just to let you know. But like I said, definitely welcome to the video. So make sure that you, of course, subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell to receive all the videos uploaded from this point here on out. And if you ain't seen those in the past, I always say go check those out too. So like I said, in this video, I'm going to be making 2 batches of candy apples. Like I said, I will speed it up because it takes about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour just to get the candy cooked to a certain stage to actually dip the apples in. So, but let me tell you what apples I'm making, or the flavors I'm making, flavors and colors, because you will see colors in there too. And I will put, of course, directions as we're going throughout the actual video so that you can know when I added the color, the flavoring, all those types of things. And of course, I'll put the recipe that I use in the description of this video as well so that you can make your own candy apples for your family or for an event that you may have coming up. So the flavors I chose for these apples were the pink ones are going to be peach flavored and the blue ones are going to be watermelon flavored. So like I said, definitely stay tuned and of course watch the process, y'all. Peace. Hey, y'all. In this part of the video, I'm actually making the blue watermelon candy apples, or I'm dipping the blue watermelon candy apples. The blue color is already in there, as you see. The flavoring's already in there, so now I just got to dip the apples inside the candy to make these bad boys into what they're supposed to be, some beautiful candy apples. So like I said, all the things that you will know or need is in the description. So make sure that you, of course, subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell to receive all the videos upload from this point here on out. And like I said, everything will be in the description for you to use. So I look forward to hearing from you. Let me know in the comments if you're making these apples or if you have ever made candy apples and what kind you made, because I definitely want to know. And if you have a video, let me know too so I can go on your page and check it out, y'all. So like I said, again, this is Tony with Eat and Travel with Tony. Again, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to let this play on now so y'all can see all the apples dipped, y'all. I hope you enjoy. Honey Buns, what you doing? What you doing, sweetie? Girl. It already bubbled up. I don't know why it bubbled. So I've gotten to this point, y'all. I got the pot off the stove and it's on the counter, getting ready to dip these candy apples. Like I said, the first batch is going to be the pink peach candy apples. I chose pink because it's closer to peach. I didn't want to use like an orange or that kind of thing, but I just used the pink. I figured that was cute enough because these were for an event, so I thought that was cute enough. So like I said, I used the pink coloring to, of course, to use for this particular batch of apples. And like I said, y'all, these came out beautiful and perfect. Everybody loved the taste too. So like I said, I put in the description the recipe that I used and the of course the flavorings, the colors that I used. Let me see what else. I guess that's it. And of course the apples and the sticks. I mean, like, of course all that kind of stuff you'll need. But like I said, I will put everything that you need in the description so that you can make your own apples. And if you don't want to get the flavoring or don't have the funds to buy right now or the colors, you can just dip the apples and make them just regular candy apples. It is fine. It's not a problem. But just know that Walmart does have, Walmart or any other like a store, Michael's, any of those any store that you go to really, usually have some type of flavoring and some type of food coloring. I put it that way so that you can always kind of go on the cheaper side if you want, because some of these flavors and some of the colorings, of course, do cost a lot. So, or do cost. I ain't gonna say a lot, but they do cost. So like I said, I hope you enjoyed this part of this video. Like I said, I'm loving making these peach pink candy apples, and I hope you enjoyed them too. And don't forget to, of course, subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell to receive all the videos that upload from this point here on out. And feel free to share this video, of course, with your family, friends, on your social media, so other folks can, of course, you have no idea who's interested in making things like this until you share it. So like I said, definitely feel free to share it. Peace out, y'all. Again, make sure you subscribe and finish watching these dipped apples, y'all. Peace.